Okay, so I am going to show you how to solve this 3 by 3 system using inverses. I have this on my sheet that I gave you guys from the 8.10 task I showed you on that fourth sheet that I attached on the answer can canvas. But just to kind of go through it again, if this is a system you are given, the first thing you need to do is set up your coefficient matrix. So I just took all the coefficients and wrote it as a 3 by 3. And then my variable matrix, and my three variables are x, y, and z. And then this is called your constant matrix. You write it as a 3 by 1. And then what you're going to have to do, when I mentioned on that sheet, was that you're going to multiply both sides of this equation by the inverse, because I'm trying to get x, y, z alone. So I wrote out this matrix, used my inverse symbol. I have to multiply it on the left side, on both sides of the equal sign, again, because remember, multiplication of matrices does not have the commutative property. And then what will happen on my left side is that when I take a matrix and multiply it by its inverse, I get what is called the identity matrix. Now you guys saw this with the 2 by 2, but this is the 3 by 3 one. So that if I did this multiplication here, I would end up with just x, y, z. And over on the right side, when I type this into my calculator in this order, this is what my calculator will give me as a matrix, and I will just need to make sure that I write it as an order triple, since I'm trying to solve this system right here at the top, which we did by hand for semester. So I'm just going to show you real quick here how to do this on your calculators in case some of you have forgotten. So on your calculators, to access the matrix grid, you're going to hit alpha zoom, and then this is where you can move your cursor up or down to identify what you're plugging in. So I have a 3 by 3 here, so I'm going to leave it here and press OK. And then I'm just going to go ahead and type in my elements here. So -6, -4, 1, -3, -1, -3, -5, 3, and 6. Okay. And I want to take the inverse. I'm going to hit that inverse key, which is right below the math key there. I want the inverse of that, times. Now I need to put in my constant matrix. So again, I'm going to hit alpha zoom. And this time I have a 3 by 1. So I have my 3 go over to the 1 column, go back down to OK. And this sets it up for me. And I'm going to type in my -20, -8, and -4. And then I'm just going to hit enter, and it gives me my answer there, 220. Okay? You could do this to prove to yourself that the inverse, a matrix times its inverse, gives you this identity matrix for a 3 by 3. You can type that in. That's easy enough. For those of you that have the older calculators, what you're going to need to do is hit second matrix, and then you have to go over to edit. Hit enter. We're going to enter it in A. You're going to type in the dimensions. So we're going to do a 3 by 3. And then you're going to enter those in. So -6. You're going to do the same thing, but hit enter. -4, 1, -3, -1, -3, -5, 3, and 6. Then you're going to hit second quit. I'm going to go back into second matrix. This time I'm going to go over to edit, but I'm going to go down to B, because that's where I'm going to enter in my 3 by 1 matrix, which is my constant matrix. So -20, enter, -8, enter, -4, enter. And then I'm going to second quit, exit out of that. Then I'm going to hit second matrix. I'm going to name, I want matrix A, which was my coefficient matrix. I want to take the inverse of that, which is under the math key, times, and then hit second matrix again. Go down, we're naming it, so go down to B, because that's where my constant matrix is. And when I hit enter, there will be your answer. I hope this helps. Take care.